Let me see your best.
Jokic has it. Clock ticks. Got to put one up. Jokic for the win. Oh, it's good.
Shaquille O'Neal versus Nikola Jokic. Shaquille was a big, dominant force in his day.
Here's Bowie. Shaquille, whoa!
Nikola Jokic is a big, dominant force right now.
Jokic coming in over the shoulder to Gordon.
I wanted to compare the two. Jokic right now is looking like one of the best big men of all time, but Shaq was known as the best big man of all time during his run, during his career. But if you let Shaquille tell it, he'll be able to do everything Jokic would be able to do if they played in the same era, same style like they do today.
Here's Duncan. And O'Neal leads the break. O'Neal looks to go all the way.
More offensive focus. Shaq, as a young man, was able to bring the ball up the court. He didn't really do that when he got later on in his career. Jokic, though, he does bring the ball up the court. Better shooter.
Has to put it up. Falling away, puts it up. Bang!
Both of these men were great Hall of Fame players.
Bowie was coming off the bench as O'Neal follows and does bring down the entire backcourt.
Julian cheated way in.
Jokic going to throw it up from way.
I really want to hear from you guys. Really interested to see who you would take. But first, let's look at the stats. Shaq played 19 seasons. Jokic played 10 points per game. Surprisingly enough, it goes to Shaquille. I would like to see that rise for Jokic, but he does dish out, some more assists. So that's where his points are going. Rebounds, pretty much the same. Steals per game goes to Jokic. Shaquille O'Neal definitely has the lead on the defensive end. More of a skilled defensive player than Jokic. Field goal percentage goes to Shaq. 3-point percentage, Jokic. Free throw percentage, Jokic, of course. We all know about the hack of Shaq. Shaq really couldn't shoot free throws that well. Total points, rebounds, and assists. Shaq has them in points and rebounds, and Jokic has them in assists. Accolades, Shaquille O'Neal is a 4-time NBA champion, 3-time Finals MVP, 1-time regular season MVP, 15-time All-Star, 14-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Defensive Team, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Jokic will be going to the Hall of Fame. These are Jokic's accolades. 1-time NBA champion, 1-time Finals MVP, 3-time regular season MVP, 6-time All-Star, multiple All-NBA selections. People think that he's the best passing big man ever. Some people even think that he's the best offensive big man of all time.
4 to go, Jokic, the heave, and count it, go!
Jokic has to play 9 more seasons to catch up to Shaq. And based on these accolades, do we think Jokic is going to win the championship 3 more times? Probably not. But he does have more regular season MVPs than Shaq. He's at 6 times All-Star. I believe, he plays another 9. He'll get to that 15.
Jokic just gets it off in time. It's up. Oh, it's good! Of course it goes in!
Between these two players, Shaq is the most dominant force inside maybe ever, and Jokic is an outside dominant force, maybe the best that we've ever seen from a big man. Jokic, can shoot more threes, mid-range, he can knock down shots, and he's definitely the better facilitator, more like a point guard / center. And Shaq was basically just the juggernaut down below. You just pass it to him. That's where the hack of Shaq came from. Because if he got the ball close to the rim, it was basically an automatic 2 points.
Shaquille, fade away.
That was Shaq's only weakness, was that he was just not be able to shoot free throws at a good enough clip. Jokic's weakness is his defensive side. He's not that great of a defensive player. Kind of like a turnstile. If you get him out on the island, that's where you would want him. If you're a point guard, got Jokic on the island, they could just have their way with him. He's not that great of a defensive player. I believe if Jokic played back in Shaq's day, Jokic would be, still be dominating like he is, but Jokic didn't have to compete with the Tim Duncans, the Shaqs, the Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robertsons, all of those players, the Kevin Garnetts, the Dirk Nowitzkis. Jokic didn't have to compete with any of, those big dominant big men. The only person that he has to compete with right now is basically Giannis and Anthony Davis. So I believe, if Shaq played in today's league, he would definitely dominate the way Jokic is dominating. Not to take away anything from Jokic, but there just aren't enough big, dominant Hall of Famers in today's game. So between these two, I definitely have to go with Shaquille. and it's because of that reason. Basically, in his era, he played with other Hall of Fame big men that we could see on a comparison on a night-to-night basis that Shaq was basically able to dominate how he was against equal competition. Jokic really doesn't have that. He's just the best big man in today's game, and his competition on a night-to-night basis, really other teams go small ball. He doesn't really have a competitor out there with him that's a big man that can force him to, you know, elevate what we see from him already. So of course he's going to win the MVPs and look like one of the best, because there's really no other force to stop him that any other team has to slow him down, you know, because today's game just really isn't about the big man anymore. It's about outside shooting, three-point shooting, fast break, getting the ball and go. So I'm going to take Shaq for that reason. I believe if Shaq played today, he will also do what Jokic do. He would probably win more MVPs, and he already has the rings. I believe Shaq would be able to take the ball up the court, and, you know, he could be a point guard type player. We saw him do it a lot with the Orlando Magic, and I think he would be able to do it a lot in today's game. I've seen it from both sides with Shaq. I've seen him play against Hall of Famers. So that's who I had to take between these two. Thank you guys for watching. I really was interested in doing this one. I'm glad we got to, you know, break it down, break the film down. I'm glad I got to give my thoughts on the whole Jokic Shaq. Is Jokic one of the best big men of all time? I believe that he is definitely top 5. I wouldn't go as far as to say the best big man. I would have Shaq above him. But I think, you know, Jokic plays more. We're going to see a lot more from him. See if he can win another wing. I think if he does, you know, a little bit more, he definitely can climb those ranks.
Won't go. O'Neal the rebound. Now the Magic with a final shot chance. O'Neal runs the floor. Takes it all the way.
Well, that blew my theory.